Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today is February the 5th, 2026. Have you seen this all over the world? Fake family never check on you, but when you die, they announce it. Have you seen this all over the world? I'm living a life like that right now, and I know some other people that are living a life like this right now, that they are in need of help, guidance, wisdom, and some understanding on what they're experiencing in the world. Family members act like it's no big deal. I have a stepson right now that is struggling out in the world. Excuse me, people. And I allowed him to come stay with me because I'm married to his mother. Didn't charge him $1. But he has a father that lives in the same state that he lives in, and his father only wants to give him money. Follow me, people. I'm going to take you somewhere. Money cannot give you wisdom. Money cannot give you guidance. Money cannot give you understanding. But I guarantee you, if something happened to this young man, they'll get on the phone and they'll announce it, and everybody want to give him a going away celebration. Have you ever seen on YouTube where they give funerals and they got the title, The Going Away Celebration of So-and-so? Satan got people in the reverse. When a person is living, they treat human beings like they stray dogs and don't have no remorse of how a person is living in poverty, why a person just can't get it right. Well, I want to give you people an example of a real life experience. I can't make this up. And here's the sad part about some of these people that will leave you out here for dead. They go to church and they say that they're people of Christ. How is it that if a person is out here homeless, that yes, there are some of them, don't get me wrong, there are some of them don't want the help. And when you help them, they'll go right back to their addictions. But I want to give you people a real life example of myself, and I want to show you what I see in the reverse of people today. Now, look at me today. I was a man that went through a bad divorce, and it caused me a downfall to where I became homeless. I'm not on drugs. I don't have no criminal background. And I went to my whole family and asked them for a place to stay and could they give me some food. And I went to my mother's favorite brother. They were like twins. They wasn't twins, but they were inseparable. And my uncle, which was my favorite uncle, went to church since I'd known as I was a little boy, and used to always slander us for not going to church as I was coming up as a teenager. He used to always tell my mother, y'all need to go to church. Y'all need to start worshiping God. And when I had this downfall and I had became homeless, and I always thought about my aunt, that he would lend me money and I would pay him back, a little small, like $20 here, $40 there, because I was always back and forth with women. They would put me out. I would try to live with women on Section 8. So I had a hard fall at this time, and I was older at the job that I retired from. I went to my uncle, and I asked my uncle, hey, can you give me a place to stay? He said, no, man, I don't have no room for you, man. My daughter's having a hard time. She's going to probably have to live back there in that room. I said, okay. Can you help me buy some food? So he said, yeah, let's go in the house, man. Let me speak to my wife. Now, mind you, because I'm going to give you some details at the end of this video in regards to his wife and my mother. My mother passed away in 1992. Stick with me, and I'm going to show you about fake Christians. That's right. They are the worst of the worst. Okay? And they're the ones that I'm considering as fake family. Never check on you. But when you die, they announce it. Stick with me, and I'm going to take you people somewhere. And here's the moral to this story. Be careful who you sign up for them to bury you. I'm going to say it one more time. Be careful. Choose wisely on who you want to bury you and have access to your assets. Are you with me? Follow me, and I'm going to take you people somewhere. All right. I know you probably hate Bible. I got to read you Bible at the end before I give you my findings on what they did to my mother. All right. Now, my uncle takes me inside and tell me, hey, right in front of his wife, hey, honey, nephew here needs some food. Do you mind giving him some food? She said, oh, yeah, I'll give him some food. What you need? I said, I just need some hamburger meat or some chicken, and some canned goods just to get me by because, right now I'm going through it. I'm going to have to move out this house in about 30 days because this person left me and I can't afford it by myself. So she started going in her freezer, and they have an outdoor freezer, which is in like a outhouse, and it was like a deep freezer. So my uncle sat there and watched her take this food out the bottom of the freezer, some meats, put it in a bag. We walked outside, and my uncle said, hey, man, nephew, when you get down the street, throw that meat away, man. My wife know that we was going to clean out that freezer. That meat is freezer burned, and we was going to throw it away. That meat's been in there for years. I said, what? Here, nephew, here's $40, man. Get on your feet. Now, keep this in mind with the same brother, my mother's main brother. This is her. They were close. And he's married, okay? Still married. Now, I'm going to show you what happened before he gave me that food, because my mother passed away before I had a hard time. All right. And I'm going to give it to you at the end of this video. All right. Now, the same thing, my middle brother, supposed to be a Christian, go to church, belong to a church, a fake church. That's the pastor that I'll tell you that these pastors give fake eulogies. Now, follow me. I'm going to show you what he did. My older brother had a downfall. I reached out to him and didn't know he had a downfall, so I decided to help him. All right. Now, don't look at the amount, but just look at when you see a person has a pure heart. They want to see a person really get on their feet. So I end up calling my brother and finding out what was his circumstances. Even though my brother has did some things, and I'm speaking about my older brother. He was ex-military. He has did some things as our childhood growing up, and as we growing up, he has did some things to me that has afflicted me. Caused me some harm and has cost me some money. We don't want to get into details about that. That's another video. But when he had a downfall, I had some money to where I had sold a vehicle. So I gave him like $1,700 to try to catch up on his mortgage, keep his lights on, and turn his phone back on, and bought him some food. All right. The middle brother finds out, and he gave him like $330. That's all I got. Why? He spoke like this here when he gave it to him. I don't know why a brother living like that. Couldn't stand him. Why? He held a grudge on him because they had some run-ins too. Now, I told the older brother, hey man, I love you. I'm just going to give you some money, but I don't want you living in my house because I know me and you going to bump heads. I'm married and I don't want no conflict. My older brother started crying and said, I'll just go to a shelter. Well, the middle brother and me had a conversation. He said, why you won't let him stay with you? I said, I helped him. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to help him. I gave him some money and he don't have to pay me back. Well, the middle brother said, well, you remember what he did to me? I said, well, man, you're supposed to be a Christian. If you don't want to help him with money or you just want to help him with money, be honest and tell him that you're just going to help him with money. And he's going to have to go to a shelter. Well, I guess I let him stay with me. So the middle brother ended up letting him stay with him. He stayed with him for 3 years. Now, I want you people to get this behavior. Follow me? I'm going to make you understand. You better be careful about fake family. They never check on you. And when you die, they announce it. Stick with me and I'm going to take you people somewhere. Christian fake people, God called them play actors, pretenders, hypocrites. He said you will know them by their fruit. Now, the middle brother let him stay with him for 3 years. Me and my wife that I'm married to today used to go over there, and we used to always see the middle brother when the older brother would come and gather with us in his house. We would go visit, and the middle brother used to be looking at the older brother like this here because he was living in his house. And I used to ask my middle brother, like when the older brother, I said, man, what's going on? I can't stand the way he living in my house with his nasty self. He won't bathe, won't get his teeth fixed. I said, man, but you let him stay in your house. Don't treat him like that. I mean, he used to talk to my older brother like a dog. I saw it with my own eyes, people. He looked at my older brother as being despicable. Yes, and they made him, listen, he was trying to get on his feet. They made him pay bills. I mean, made him pay some ridiculous bills. And I used to ask my brother, my middle brother, how's he going to get on his feet, man, if you making him pay all these bills? Well, he ain't going to stay here for free. Follow me, people. I want you people to get it. I want you to understand that not all people that say that they belong to God, they don't belong to God. All right. So me and my wife today, we knew that he was using them. Okay. Because we saw the behavior, how he was treating them. Even my wife said, babe, did you see how your other brother was looking at your older brother? He looking at him like he can't stand him. So the middle brother called me and said, when do you think I should kick him out of my house? He been over here, 2 years? I said, no, he been over there 3 years. So the middle brother had lost count of how long he been staying with him. So he had a meeting with him because I told him, I said, why don't you sit him down and tell him, hey, man, you should be saving money, even though you paying bills over here. When you going to try to get your own place? So the older brother got upset and didn't tell my middle brother, but he did go find him an apartment because he had ended up finding a job, and he got his VA going, and he found him an apartment. And after that, they didn't have no contact. Did you hear what I just said? No contact for almost a whole year and a half. No contact. I called my older brother and found out that he moved out. He had probably just got his apartment like 3 months when I found out he moved out because the middle brother told me. So I would ask him, hey, man, let's go to the gun range. We went, him and my wife went to the gun range one time, and I used to try to check on him. Follow me, people. The middle brother didn't want to have nothing to do with him. He's the one that asked my older brother, why don't you give your life to Christ? And my older brother said, F God. But he moved out, went on his own. I want you people to understand what fake family will do. What fake family will do to you. All right. Come to find out, I'm going to fast forward. My older brother got sick and passed away in a VA hospital. I went over there, and my middle brother called me and asked me, hey, do you want to come over here to the hospital? Our older brother ain't going to make it. They saying he ain't going to make it. So me and my wife, we went over there. We found out he had bad conditions. Okay. My middle brother told me, hey, man, you know, our older brother left me as a beneficiary. I said, hey, man, I don't want to have nothing to do with his estate, whatever he left in his apartment, whatever the case may be. Y'all handle it. Now, this is the brother that didn't want to have nothing to do with him in his house and couldn't wait till he kicked him out. But now he's saying that he left him as a beneficiary. Come to find out, when his job people came up there to see that he passed away, my middle brother spoke to his boss. They told us that he left on paperwork when he got the job that his 401k was going to his son that he has never seen since his son was gotten grown or whatever. And my middle brother, dropped his mouth. Follow me? I'm going to show you how messy it is. So the middle brother still took the full responsibility to get my brother buried. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Didn't want to go to the funeral or nothing because it's in the Bible. My brother wasn't living right. He gets my brother buried in his church. My brother never went to no church. My brother didn't want to have nothing to do with God. But this is what I'm trying to make you people understand about fake pastors. Fake pastors. His pastor gave my brother a eulogy. Okay? Not only that, my middle brother sold all his guns, set up a GoFund. You know they profited off of it. This is what people do. They'll use you as a pawn. And me and my wife today was shaking our head. And after we have known that he could not stand my older brother. Follow me, people. I want you people to understand what fake family will do. They will call and announce it to the whole world that you passed away as if they're giving you a going away celebration. No. Listen to the word, a going away celebration. They glad that they're going to gain off of you. That's why you see brawls and family disputes and stuff. They didn't care about the person. They care what they can gain off the person. They didn't even call and check up on the person. When the person really had a dying need, look what my uncle did to me. He should have told his wife on the spot, don't give him that freezer burn meat. But weak men won't say nothing. He's still married to her this day. And I'm going to show you what this lady did to my mother at the end of this video. All right. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Is it not bad that people will set up a GoFundMe for a person when they died? You know why they do it? It's not because they're making you think that they really care about this person. They're going to gain off of some of their money. You know what they'll do? They'll gain all that money and then take the cheapest route and try to put you in a cheap coffin and make sure that they minimize the funeral so they can pocket some of that money. Oh, yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. I mean, how is it all of a sudden my brother did a shift? The middle brother. Now all of a sudden, I told him, I said, hey, man, don't put your brother away. Don't put our brother away real good. I'm going to put my brother away real good. Why? He gained off of it. He pocketed some of the money. Okay? I'm trying to make you people understand about this fake family that you but identify. All right. Now, do you understand why they give this here title when YouTube films the funeral? Going away celebration. And they try to put the person away good. Probably because they got some annuities, insurance, life insurance. They couldn't stand the person. Have you seen it? It's all over the world. They couldn't stand this person. Wouldn't call and check up on the person. Okay? I'm living today. Don't nobody call me and say, hey, D, you okay? Are you alive? That's why I told my wife and I gave her instructions. Don't you call nobody. When I leave this world, I take my last breath. Let them clean me up and bury me. Don't nobody need to be there. You put me in the ground. That's it. All right, people. Follow me. Okay? I want you people to understand this here about what God is saying about how severe it is that we need to have love in us. Now, if you know a person out here that is a legit person that went through a divorce, whether it's a female, I don't care if she's black, white, Hispanic, and she is struggling and got kids, why don't the family be an ambassador and call and say, hey, we need to do a GoFund for so-and-so, but they got to go get help from the government assistance, and got a family. I'm talking about got a family, and nobody's reaching out. Nobody is saying, hey, you know, such and such had a fall. We need to help such and such. Nobody's saying nothing. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because they enjoy seeing you fall. They got secret grudges on you. They got secret jealousy on you. You probably was the person that was living good, the only one doing good in the family. And they glad to see you fall. And they'll call you and pretend like, oh, girl, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad you finna divorce that dog. And they sitting on the background going, yeah, that's good for her. Hey. And same thing with a brother. Yeah, I'm glad he had a fall. Been having that good job for that long. They want to see you fall. But as soon as you die, hey, you know, so-and-so passed away. What? And give all the details and just call all the family and get everybody together to go to your funeral. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, people? But they don't care about your living status when you had a fall or when you was living. Nobody want to call you. You better pay attention, people, because it's going on today. There's a lot of people that's attending to funerals, but inside, they glad the person gone. They are happy the person is gone. I promise you, people. See? So, people got secret jealousy, envy, grudges. They hold them. And then they go to a funeral and then they want to come up there and speak on you and got this long letter. That's what happened to my brother. Now let me show you people what happened to my mother before I end my video. But I'm going to read you this scripture, what we supposed to be practicing even as a believer. Meaning that if a believer or unbeliever, this is how we supposed to be practicing things to people. And many people are play actors, pretenders, and hypocrites. Listen, before I let you people go, here's the irony to this here story, okay? You better know who love you. You better not just believe people when they just tell you out their mouth. The Bible says, faith without works is dead. You better know who really love you. I'm finna show you in a minute. Just give me a minute and I'm going to show you after I read this scripture, and I'm going to show you what my mother's brother allowed his wife to do to my mother. And I didn't catch it until later, because why? I was young when my mother passed away in 1992, people. I was still kind of trying to find myself. I was in my 20s, okay? But let me read you this, and then I'm going to tell you people what happened to my mother, so you need to worry about, so you can make yourself aware of fake family. Never check on you, but when you die, they announce it. They're sitting back waiting on something to happen to you. These are the ones that will step up and make it seem like they're going to be an ambassador for you, but they want to gain off of you. That's why the family get into brawls and feuds. When my mother passed away and my stepdad, he moved back somewhere where he wanted to go be with his twin sister. He called me and told me, since I was working, that I want to keep my mother's house. And I said yes. But the other two brothers jumped on me and told me, you know, why he didn't call us and say split it 3 ways. Because he said, you ninjas is trifling. Both of them got out the military, didn't want to work. Okay? But I was the black sheep of the family. So I had to let the house go. This is what family will do to you. It's all about what they can gain off of you. But when you living and you having a hard time, nobody wants to come forward to you and try to talk to you and help you when you're a legit person. You ain't on no drugs. Yes, I do know that there are people out here that are on drugs. They lost everything because they got addictions. They got felonies. They won't clean it up. But I'm talking about legit people. Legit people that had a fall. Just had a fall. Had a good job. Been on there for 20 years but lost a job. Family ain't going to come together and help you. They sitting back glad. Why? You the only one that was doing good in the family. And then when you pass away, they're going to announce it. But nobody want to have nothing to do with you while you had the fall. Nobody want to really help you. That's what's going on in the world today, where they give fake eulogies in these church homes and fake burials. The person didn't even belong to that church. Wow. Money. Money. So this is what God is saying right here in Romans chapter 12, verse 9. Love is to be sincere and active. The real thing. He's really talking to believers. Okay? We know that unbelievers is not going to love like this here. Why? They're of their father, the devil. So, when you see a person that say that they go to church, not everybody that go to church is a true believer. They go to church to uphold a image, a fake image. That's why God called them play actors, pretenders, and hypocrites. They want people to look up to them. I go to such and such church. My pastor name is so-and-so and so-and-so. But they haven't really been delivered. Because if they have been really delivered, this is what God is telling you, you will see. Love is to be sincere and active. The real thing. Without guile and hypocrisy. Hate what is evil. Detest all ungodliness. Do not tolerate wickedness. Hold on tightly to what is good. Be devoted to one another with authentic brotherly affection as members of one family. Give preference to one another in honor, never lagging behind in diligence, aglow in the spirit, enthusiastically serving the Lord. constantly rejoicing in hope because of our confidence in Christ, steadfast and patient in distress, devote to prayer, continually seeking wisdom, guidance, and strength, contributing to the needs of God's people, pursuing the practice of hospitality. Bless those who persecute you, who cause you harm or hardship. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice, sharing others' joy, and weep with those who weep, sharing others' grief. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, conceited, self-important, exclusive, but associate with humble people, those with realistic self-view. Do not overestimate yourself. Never repay anyone evil for evil. Take thought for what is right and gracious and proper in the sight of everyone. If it's possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. You see what my uncle wife did to me? They supposed to be Christians. You see what I'm trying to tell you? What my middle brother did to the older brother? He's supposed to be a Christian. Do you see that you may have a loved one out here that really had a downfall? Family don't want to have nothing to do with them, and they say they Christians. Okay? But as soon as he died, they want to give a fake eulogy and go up there and stand and give a long list of what my brother was this and that. He used to make me laugh, and my mama was this and that, and my mama that and this. But you never went checked up on him. You never called him and say, do you need something? This is what people are doing every day, people, in funerals. Fake. Play actors. I just read you scripture. Read it for yourself in Romans 12, chapter 12, starting at verse 9. Read it. Love should be sincere, okay? But we got fake believers, okay? Listen what I want to tell you, people, so I can let you go. A lot of things started coming out the closet about my mother since she's been gone. She passed away in 1992. And things have started surfacing that my father that's living today, my biological father, basically they were trying to say that my mother was a bed slut. And I found out later on that my middle brother, we don't have the same father. Was that devastating to me? Yes. I want to make you people understand about the generation curse. And that's why I have set myself apart from them, because God said, come out from among them and be set apart. There's a lot of things that's going on in the world today, people, because you don't want to break these generation curses. If you say you're a Christian, but you still associate with these type of people, you still have soul ties, and that's the reason why you don't have peace, contentment, steadfastness, and you can't persevere, because you're connected to this generation curse that this family is of their father, the devil. But God said, if you want to love them, I'm going to put you with them. And that's why you never, never, never will grow spiritually. I want to make you people understand where I am today, because I know I came from a generation curse. I have peace. I used to have that heavy feeling on me that even when I read the Bible, I never could understand why every time I read the Bible, the Bible would never give me peace, and it wouldn't stay with me. I couldn't remember scriptures. I was always fog-minded. I could not remember the pages. I was always fog-minded. Now I'm clear-minded. Why? Because I had to let them go completely. You can't partially let them go. You got to let them go. It will release you. It would be a heavy burden on you. You will feel it that like something that was weighing you down. And all of a sudden you can breathe because you're still connected to these people. Don't be a play actor and a pretender and go to these people's funerals and act like you really love these people. But these people, they have to be set apart. God said, where he's taking you, they can't come with you. I want to make you people understand what my mother's brother did. When my mother passed away, my stepfather was an alcoholic. And I was living out on my own in my own apartment. And so before I would go to work, I used to work at this warehouse. I used to have to go in at 2 in the afternoon to like 2 in the morning. I would get off at 3 in the morning. So I would get up and go check on my mother's house because I know we had already buried my mother. But I want you people to understand something before I tell you what happened to her in the coffin. When my mother hadn't been buried yet, she was in the hospital, and the hospital had her body when she took her last breath. So I goes over to the house one day and to go check on, because my mother she was keeping like some elderly people in her house for the state. She was working for the state because she had retired off of her regular job, and my stepfather was working and he was retired military. So I would go over to the house, and the two clients that my mother had in the house, you would think that my middle brother that is still living today, and my older brother hadn't came yet. He was still in Germany in the military. I'm trying to give you people a big picture of what took place with my mother's brother. And my grandmother was living at the time also. All right. Now, my mother's deceased. We hadn't buried her yet. In the hospital, when I got to the house, they called the house. Could I speak to Mr. So-and-so, which is my mother's husband? And I saw him in the room, laying in the bed. He was drunk. So I said, ma'am, this is her son, so-and-so. What can I do for you? Well, sir, nobody has contacted us to tell us where to take your mother's body. So what do you want us to do? So I'm like, what? Now, the middle brother was my mother's favorite. The same lady he's messing around with right now that he's married to, when I say messing around, he's married to, had him living unstable. And here it is that my mother's deceased and he ain't trying to take care of the business, but he took care of the brother's business further down the line. Well, he knew that my mother didn't have a whole lot of money, and he knew that my mother didn't have no insurance. So why you not taking care of the mother that, pampered you, took care of you, paid your car notes? So me, as a person that, even though my mother treated me as a black sheep, I did everything what this here was telling me in this scripture that I just read to you. I showed my mother reverence. That I didn't want to see my mother sitting over at a hospital, even though that was her deceased body. I wanted her to be buried properly. So I called, who do I call? Her favorite brother, my uncle, my favorite uncle. Hey, Unc, this is the situation right now. What? You mean to tell me your brother? Where's your brother? I said, man, I don't know. The clients right here saying they're hungry because my middle brother used to help my mother take care of the clients because he wouldn't keep a job. And they were saying that they haven't eaten in 2-3 days. My stepfather was drunk. So I called my uncle to say, hey, man, can you come over here, man, so we can go through my mother's files and see if she has some life insurance so we can get her buried, or how we going to get her buried through my stepfather's VA. So I end up calling my uncle. Didn't know that my mother's mother was in town. Okay. She was staying over there because they knew that my mother passed away. So she flew in town. Mind you, my mother been over there for going on 3-4 days dead. Nobody made no funeral arrangements, no nothing. So that's why I called my uncle. My uncle and his wife and my mother's grandmother came over there. And I knew that my grandmother could not stand me. Okay. So I tried to tell her that I got to go to work. But my other brother, she told me, shut up and sit down somewhere. I don't want to hear nothing out your mouth. Remember, I told you on other videos that I was the black sheep of the family. But I'm trying to arrange to get my mother buried. She got a husband and a favorite son. They're nowhere to be in the mix. So my uncle said, man, let me help you. Where did they keep their file? So I went to work. Come to find out, the middle brother got mad at me because I threw him under the bus. So they found out that they're going to get my mother buried. Let's fast forward. The funeral day comes. My grandmother, which is my mother's mother, my uncle, and his wife is the one that went to the funeral home to decide what they took out my mother's closet to put my mother in. The day of the funeral, when we walked in that church, I don't remember my mother having a wake. It was the day of the funeral. And when I saw my mother in that casket, I shook my head. They put my mother in that casket with a pink gown on. And I said to myself, all the nice clothes and suits that my mother used to wear, I mean, my mother was a person that could dress. If you saw my mother put on some clothes, my mother would make a man look back twice and say, whoo. And when I saw my mother in that casket, her mother took all her clothes and hats and they stuck her in a gown. Come to find out, that was a message saying that she was a whore, a bed slut. Who else would do this? You got the mother, the brother, and the brother's wife. And my biological father, all his sisters, is at my mother's funeral, and they looking at me and my brother like, y'all stupid. Do you know what they just did to your mother? So after my mother was buried, things started surfacing. My father used to say, hey man, I need to talk to you. So my father was starting to tell me things. Man, your mother got raped. And I said, why are you telling me this now? Well, I didn't want to tell you, man, when your mother was living, but, your mother used to date a lot of men. And your middle brother's not my son. What? This is what family would do to you people. Humiliate you. Like today, and I'm going to let you people go. I am living today, and that's why I gave my life to Christ, and I don't want to have nothing to do with these people. This is why I'm trying to make you people understand, you better be careful who you let sign up to bury you. People, when they know that you got something, when they know that you are living good, they sit back, they don't check up on you, but the minute that they find out you're in the hospital, that's when everybody gonna start ringing your doorbell, start giving you phone calls, because they know they can gain off of you. And they'll start acting nice. Oh, I'm going to go see so-and-so. He in the hospital. She in the hospital. And they'll come in there and see you in the hospital. Make it like, I heard you was in the hospital. You okay? So they can, because you're vulnerable. That's what the world is doing. You're vulnerable. When you get sick, that's when everybody starts showing up. But when you were living, fake family never check on you. But when you die, all of them want to announce it. Hey, so-and-so died, right? And I'll be over there. I'm going to help you with the funeral and everything. Because why? They want to get a piece of the pie. Isn't that horrible, people? That we live in a world that human beings are being treated like pawns. Like you go to the pawn shop, want to trade some in for some money. They treat you like a pawn. And then they fake pastors or give you a burial, and they'll sit up there and give you a fake eulogy, knowing the whole family couldn't stand you. And they'll get up there and got their little notes. I didn't speak to my brother that much, but every time he came around, he used to make us laugh. And the whole church laughing and going along with it. And God is watching you. But you didn't show reverence. You didn't show that you really cared about the person. But to this day, people, that's something I got to live with, to know that that's how they stuck my mother in that coffin. And then the middle brother say, I'm going to bury my brother good. But then he don't go say nothing about who put that on my mother. It had to be because my father used to tell me when my mother passed away, he said, I'm going to let you people go. He said, did you get along with your mother's mother? I said, no, Dad. I didn't know her that well, but I know we used to go to family reunions, and I know she was kind of mean. He said, man, I used to feel so sorry for your mother. She used to put your mother out in the rain, snow. She didn't care when. I used to go pick up your mother at a payphone, and she used to tell your mother, I could hear her talking on the phone before your mother would go to a payphone, because she would be trying to tell me to come pick her up. And he said he wouldn't go pick her up. He said he could hear my grandmother in the background say, you get out my house, you whore. I'm tired of you. You get out my house. Mama, it's raining, blah, blah, blah. And my daddy said she used to treat my mother so bad. Well, come to find out, that's how my mother used to treat me. She picked up that generation curse. She used to kick me out for no reason. I mean something trivial. If I didn't come in the house 10 minutes before curfew, or if I didn't wash the dishes, she would kick me out the house, people. So this is what my point is about fake family. You have to know who have your best interests. We live in a world today that is dangerous, that the people that say they love you, those are the most deadly ones that will put you away horribly because all they want is your assets. They want what they can gain off of you. If you know ain't nobody checking on you right now, you better understand those signs is real. That means that you're going to probably have to pray and ask God to get you a caretaker. Some of these people, you call your family members, and guess what? They'll put some in your food. Oh, yeah. And that's what's happening to a lot of family members, getting deleted by their own family that they think they love them. No, I'm done. It's not a family member that I have in my mind that I'm going to call if I get sick. I told my wife, I don't need a lot of people standing around my bed. I don't want no funeral. I want to be like Jesus. They just wrapped him, clean him up, wrapped him, and put him away. Okay? It's in the Bible, people. I read it on another video. It's in Jeremiah 5, I think, where it says, do not go to a funeral or even involved with a funeral feast. Why? Because God has turned his face from that person. See, if I'm a Christ-like man, then guess what? You don't give me no funeral. No, just put me away. But there's people that's not a Christ-like woman or man, and they give them a huge celebration. And God is not mocked. You people take care, and I hope this opens your eyes.